All these artists like, oh yeah, try me now. Oh boy, you wanna squeeze some on my boobs? You know what I mean? Something like that. And they get taken like, okay, let me see that. You know? So find your way out. I'm like, but you're sitting on my way. You know, just like that's silly argument.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to pick her up to get her off. You know what I mean? So I can. You're listening too much. You're paying way. I see you right there, man. You're paying way too much attention. And so just like that, as soon as I grab her, I grab her on some Nicki Minaj's and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right?
All right, so yeah, growing up, I believe, since you said you grew up in Prince.G.
Yeah.
I should believe that's where you got your first kiss?
Oh, man, talk about first kiss. You really gonna do that to me, man?
Yeah. I mean, I need to get the whole information, man.
Right. So I'm gonna tell you, man. I remember. I think I was 11.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a bad nigga.
Man, come on, man. If you grow up in the house of pips, man, you know what I mean? You see your old man doing his thing. My grandpa, man, rest in peace, yo. You know what I mean? Man, George the King, though.
Yeah.
My grandpa was an OG, man. Straight up. That's what I call an OG. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You taught me a lot. So anyway, I remember. All right. So this is what happened. It's a very funny story, man.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna mention no names.
Yeah.
Maybe
we don't travel.
Yeah, man. You never know. Maybe someone's wife or something like that. Right? And so they were cousins.
Okay.
All right. So let's just say there was Peaches. And there was Strawberry.
Oh, okay.
Both very beautiful. All right.
Yeah.
Peaches, she was colored.
Okay.
But they were cousins. I think the mother had, some stuff to do with the white man. And then that's how Peaches was born.
Yeah, okay.
Do not mess with the white man. Don't give some Peaches. But yo, we need a lot of Peaches in Malawi though. So yeah, Peaches, Peaches, she was young. Very young, but her mind was like an old woman, man. She knew a lot.
Okay.
She knew a lot. So one time, I think we coming back from school together. Me, Peaches, and Strawberry. You know. So we're walking down, and we get to a graveyard site. And I started, talking about all these spooky stories just to kind of, scare them a little bit. And Peaches was like, oh my God, kind of like she was scared because I mentioned some stuff, and I think there was, there's a lot of monkeys in Malawi. So some monkeys were like, well, I'm talking about this, scary stories and stuff like that. I just made up. It was not like that. You know what I mean? I think I was just trying to get some attention or something like that. So as soon as I mentioned that, she ran into me straight, and she just went straight for the lips. Like you say, it was an accident, of which that's the accident. I want that accident to happen again. I tell you that, man. I tell you that right now, my nigga. Look, man, that's the accident. I mean, that instant right there, it can happen again and again, and I won't mind, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, So I went for the instant too, and the other one comes in, and so just right there, I was like, well, what was that? She's like, oh, sorry, it was an instant. And I just grabbed her. I was like, give me that instant again. I want it again. And yo, you need to understand, that nigga was 11. You know what I mean? It's not every day that you get instants like that happening to you. So I was excited, dog.
You're the lucky dude.
And then the other one, now Strawberry comes in. So Strawberry and Peaches.
So they both gave you the accident that you were looking for.
They both gave me the same thing. I'm like, okay, hallelujah. So that's how I got it. It was, man, that was an experience I will never forget.
Wow.
If you can give me a chance to go back, and relive that moment.
All right.
I ain't saying no more.
So how did it end? Like, after having your first kiss?
So after that,
or first kisses?
let's put it now, this way though. So now this is what happens. Now, because I know that Peaches and and Strawberry, they're cousins. I know we're young and wild out, crazy and all that, but I just thought, man, what just happened here? You know what I'm saying? So how do I play this? So I kind of pretend like I really ain't got, I don't want nothing to do with both of them. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it was, you know what I mean? I just really wanted, both of them running after me. You know what I mean? So this one, they, like I said, man, Peaches was young. But up here,
yeah.
Okay, I don't want to talk about.
She was a grown woman.
I don't want to talk about this, but let's focus up here, man.
Yeah.
Right here, you feel? Yeah, she was a grown woman, and so she had pretended like she agreed with it, like, nah, this should never happen again.
All right.
Knowing that she had plans, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then so we got home. The following day, she made sure that I left school with her alone.
Okay.
So we ended up in the same graveyard, the opposite side of the graveyard.
Yeah, to have another accident.
That's where the whole thing started. And they baptized me, man.
Wow.
From there, I just wanted more of the instincts, man. I was looking for instincts everywhere.
Oh, shit.
You feel me?
All right.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay, cool. Wow, that was quite an experience, eh?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else. That was something else, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
So, should we say that she was your first girlfriend?
Yeah, I would say my first thing, but a girlfriend happened a year later when I was 12.
Okay, so tell us about that.
So that was this. I'm not gonna mention her names.
Yeah, no.
But she was super smart, just like me. She had brains just like me. So we kind of like had this thing in class that, if I sleep off, she's gonna snatch my position because I was always number uno. You feel me? So she was super smart, man. Really, really smart. And so I think we had that thing. So this is what happened. I had a thing for her, but I just didn't know how to tell her. And I knew that she had something for me, but I didn't know how to kind of get her to confess it to me, like, this is how I feel about you. Every time I look at you, Prince George, you got me feeling some type of way. So I didn't know how to kind of get her to open up a little bit until one day we in the class, we started. And the rest of the kids like just bounce, as soon as you hear the bell ring, everybody wanna go.
Yeah.
And then me and her, we're like, alright, I'm sitting on my desk. She's got a desk, and I'm busy studying, and I just wanna, And next thing, she comes close to where I was sitting. She's like, hey, what are you still doing in here? I'm like, what are you still doing in here? She's like, I'm still studying. I'm like, I want to study too. So start, studying. And then, I think I wanted to get out of where I was sitting. So I'm like, excuse me, because now she came close to where I was sitting. She was sitting next to me. And she's like, where you going? I'm like, I want to go to the toilet. And she's like, well, you got to find your way out. I'm like, but you're sitting on my way. Just like, that's silly argument.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to pick her up to get her out. You know what I mean? So I can... Y'all listening too much. Y'all paying way. I see you right there, man. You paying way too much attention. And so that's like that. As soon as I grab her, I grab her on some Nicki Minaj's and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I grab on some Nicki Minaj's. These are natural Nicki Minaj's and stuff. I grab him, trying to move her.
I working some stuff in you.
Another instinct, right there. And then from there, I don't know how it got from that to this. Yeah, but it happened way too quick.
Yeah.
It was kaboom, kaboom, kapow. And then we just went for each other right there, and I was too dead. I went too dead. And next thing, but we could have get caught though, because the next few minutes, a teacher shows up. Like to lock the doors and stuff. Like, you're still there. But because we're both her favorite, students. He was like, "Oh, you're still in here?" I'm like, "Yeah, mom." And I was just zipping out my thing, like, "Hey, come on," you know what I mean? I just done, you know. And he was like, "Okay, cool. Just let me know when you're done, so I can lock up." And like, we almost done now, you know, because I know my business was done in it. But yeah, man. But that was, I would say that was my first love. You know, I really had a thing for. We kind of had some kind of understanding. You know, there's something that happens when you have way too much respect for a person that has respect for you. You understand? So I think I respected her in the sense that if I slip off, she's gonna snatch my position, and she knew that this dude right here is something else. You know, his brain is pure God. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So I mean, coming to that point, you was 12, right?
Yeah, man.
So being 12, like, you know, like your parents or anybody like who is elder in your family ever sat you down to talk about sex or anything like that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. My dad is that man that he doesn't like talking too much.
Okay.
But my mom, she's as bubbly as you can get. So she would talk about some things like that, you know. But we know when you're young, you actually don't know. To be honest, at that point, I was just doing it for the sake of doing it, and I really did not get the whole point of it because I was 12, and I think growing up then and growing up now is different. You understand? Back then, you're 12 and you do not know a lot. I think it just so happened that everybody that I was, you know, all these people I'm talking about, the peaches and strawberry, and now the apple, you know, the apple. They were both kind of those people that they grew up in with the parents that they kind of talk about a lot of things. I think they were quick to learn and stuff like that, so they understood a lot of stuff that they did that I did not know at that point. And so somehow it's like it was a learning experience for me as well. You know, because I learned a lot. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. I still miss y'all. I think we should link up some drinks, you know, put some Henny or something like that. You know.
Okay, so you know the point why I'm asking this is like, you know, I know a lot of people, like a lot of kids, they don't really listen advice from parents, like when it comes to sex and kissing girls and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, do you think it's wise to let the children know what this whole thing is all about? If you had somebody explain to you about this whole thing, would you consider, like, would you have taken sex differently then when you were 12, or it wouldn't have made a difference?
Now, to be honest with you, I think it's very important that we sit down our kids and teach them what sex is and what sex can do to you. You understand? Sex is not a bad thing. It's a nature. Right? It's natural. We all gonna go, whether you're gonna be gay or you're gonna be straight or you're gonna be somehow, but sex is sex. Everybody needs sex. Do you understand? But as a parent, it's very important that we sit down our kids, our children, and let them know the danger of sex, doing it while you're young. Do you understand? Because looking back then, I think if I had that serious talk with my father, of which I don't blame him, because families, like, let me just say, where we coming from, the culture is different. Malawi, do you understand?
Yeah.
And later on to be a Tonga nigga, you know, it's different. Just for you, there's some certain things that you cannot even mention in front of your parents, even if you're a grown man. Even look, the way I am now, I'm 30-something years old. I'm not gonna tell y'all. Y'all need to Google that. I'm 30-something years old, but for me to be talking about sex in front of in front of my mom, it's just that. You feel me? It just feels off.
Yeah.
So it's like we just grew up in that manner. We grew up that way, and I think we cannot change that. But looking back now, if I had that talk with my mom or my dad to kind of I think I would look into sex in a very different angle. I think I would have done things differently. I would not be talking about me getting some, threesome while I'm 11 years old, 12 years old. Sounds awkward, sounds really stupid, but I guess because I did not have that talk. And I think it's now, things are changing now. We no longer living in the 90s and stuff. We now, kids now, they know sex at 5 years old. They're already watching this. I remember I've got 2 boys, and I remember my son. First time for me to be called at his school because he was found watching porno. I think he was 11, 12 or something like that.
All right.
Do you understand? Huh? And so I remember the principal calling me like, "Yo, your son was, he was caught viewing some porno sites on some school, iPads or something like that." And you feel what I mean? So now I think it's different because me back then at 11, 12, I had no idea if there was some porno or whatever out there, And now kids, they've got access to computers and internet at school and outside of the school. My kids everybody's got cell phones, They got cell phones and they always have data. They can view whatever they want to view. They can, And all these ads that just pop up as soon as you go to Google or whatever. Yeah. All these ads like, "Oh yeah, try me now. Oh boy, you wanna squeeze some on my boobs?" Something like that. And they get taken like, "Okay, let me see that." So I think it's very important that we have that talk with them. And I do have talk with my kids every now and then. I sit them down and I say, "Look, I'm not saying that you're not gonna test no sex, but you gotta wait for this reason, that reasons, because the danger of doing it, with that knowledge is that and that. You could be 14 and be a dad. Yet you still, you still want me to buy you clothes, whatever. I'm not gonna be taking care of your baby. So you need to grow up, be a man, get a job, get a house, so you can start and then get somebody who you can make babies with. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know it sounds. Sometimes we need to give our kids tough love. I think it's very important. It's good that you show your kids that you love them as much as but then at times I think a bit of tough love is also important.